and sojourners of truth. 144, chosen of the chosen few. You know who you all are. Star seeds that you are. I greet you in the love that lights the truth. From my heart always to yours, infinitely so. I am Celestial Earth in this divine energy essence of it all. Reporting to you live from nowhere other than 5D, fifth dimension, place to be. Here with the birds that are singing in the tree. I see you, you see me. What are we doing with these frequencies? Ashe? So, where do we start? This always start in the heart if you don't know where to start, right? So I want to catch up with us, but first I want to do a little bit of housekeeping with the calendars because I am catching up since I've been back. I'm still acclimating. It's been 5 months in a whole nother country, and it is still adjusting back to time as in this timeline right here. So I'm getting to some old comments, wherever spirit leads me, I go into some, and if whatever grabs me, I respond. So I did see one where some are still asking about the calendars. Forgive me if others have been asking and I haven't gotten back to you or seen it in the comments. So the calendars, the old calendars, I'm going to be gifting them to those who sign up for the calendar workshop, right? Because this workshop is going to be very beneficial for those of us who are acclimating to the calendars, learning how to read the calendars, those who have questions about it, those who are finding portals in time on the calendars. It's going to be an insightful workshop for us both on both ends. So I'm inviting you all, to those who are interested, still interested, those who have been waiting. I'm just waiting to get, I don't do more than one spiritual assignment at a time. So as soon as the detox to detach is over and we do the 3 day solar plexus workshop, then the next workshop will be the calendar. And the dates for that are TBA, to be announced, but it's coming up next. Right. So those who want, again, those calendars, email me at divineenergystudio@gmail.com. Right, that's DI, not DE. And as soon as you do, let me know if it's about the calendar or if you have any other questions. Feel free to email me there if you are looking about any of the workshops, inquiring about the workshops, inquiring about one-on-ones, which there's another housekeeping sweep. Any one-on-ones, I know I said I would be available. I'm not going to be available. I had to revamp that with these energies and frequencies, and I'm going to talk about that now because we really need to be mindful of our energy, the healing and revealing that's being done within us individually. So I am bringing that back, pulling that back up. I will be available for one-on-ones, but not right now. It will have to wait till after these spiritual assignments, after the workshops. Um, we will get back to that, especially after the solar plexus workshop. I'll open up availability for one-on-ones in that moment because right now I'm being spread thin. Right. And so that's the information on that. As we go forward, please remember to like, subscribe, share, comment if you dare. I'm getting back in touch with the comments, so feel free to do so. And I will be getting back to dropping videos and not just lives, right? That's another thing I'm acclimating to. I was so used to doing it in Jamaica, only having availability to do live. So now I'm adjusting to that. Ashe. So with that said, let's dive into what's happening with these energies as we are detoxing, as we are detaching, whether you're in the workshop or not. Shout out to all those in the community right now that are in the workshop and those of us that have been going to it and through it. We are in our third week. Yes, we're in the third quarter because it's 4 weeks. We meet 4 times for 4 weeks. So we have one more meet coming up next week to close out and transition back into our regular diets for those who choose to return to it. For some of us, this is a bridge in inviting us to change our diets, to change the way we eat, to take the time to listen to our bodies as the bodies are saying, we no longer want this anymore, right? You don't have to necessarily eat like you've been eating on the detox, as we've been doing, but there are just some things that you're no longer attuned to. Your body is saying, no, this is a blockage. This is not allowing the frequencies, the light, energy, and information to flow through this mind body vessel, this time vessel, right? Another thing is I'm time pushing again. For those who know me, who know this, who know I've been doing it, I haven't been time pushing. The whole time I was in Jamaica, it just wasn't, spirit wasn't calling for it. And now I find as soon as we get back, here's time pushing, right? It's evening as you can see, but for me, in my household, it's afternoon. It's like lunchtime, right? And time pushing, I'll probably have to do a whole nother video on that, because some people may be saying, well, what's time pushing? And I found myself doing it since the summer of 2023. And it's just whenever spirit calls me into it. Um, Thinking about doing a workshop with time pushing to help, or maybe even write a little, do a little, what do you call it, book online, a little small pamphlet type book to kind of give an example of what time pushing is. So I'll do that video and break that down some more. But yes, this is afternoon for me. So good afternoon, buenos tardes, all of that good stuff. Ooh, and the wind is feeling a bit nice right now, but it's a bit cool for me. Like I need my sun. I like to feel my sun on my skin, touching my skin, right? So with that, as we're talking about these energies that are coming in, what I really need to share with you all is what is happening with these frequencies. And we have a full moon coming up. We just came out of the little ecliptic window, with the eclipse energies and information, as well as the retrograde of Mercury and Venus, and them going into direct conjunct with Neptune right before Neptune shift out. So these energies, I want us to understand the celestial bodies. It's not just outside of us; it's every bit of inside, right? The universe is the you. You are the you in the universe. So we got to understand how these 9 celestial bodies, I'm talking about the immediate, because we have infinite celestial bodies, but the immediate ones in our direct local universe, our, what I call our local universe, what most of us call the solar system. Um, these 9 bodies are also connected to your 9 energy centers, right? And I say 9 because for those of us who know, hello, kitty. For those of us who know, it's not just the 7 that are within you, but it is also the crown, the soul star above your crown, and the earth star beneath you. And this is something I really want to talk about, the earth star, because that's something that's been coming up as well. There is a lot of alignment. There's a lot of disillusionment still, in the earth star, where we are not recognizing our abundance in the earth. We are not tethered to our divinity in the earth, right? The soul star above us is about our connectedness to our soul's purpose and our divine plan. It is about being a part of the remembering and the remembrance of your divine plan. Because as we're here in our human suits, a lot of times we tend to get lost in the sea of forgetfulness, right? All sin is forgetfulness. That's all it is. It is being, every time you forget, you drop into a sin, which is only a mistake, right? It doesn't mean you're damned to hell or whatever has been put on us, through those constructs, right? These are all the constructs that have to be broken. And I know we talk about it. I'm speaking to my spiritual community right here too. I know a lot of us say we know better and we talk about it, but the reality is sometimes these things are still heavily charged in us, right? In our memory cells, and we have to actually work it out, press it out. And this is why it's important to do things like a detox, to detach, or go into your soul and do work with your soul consciousness every month with the full moon. I do it every month, right? Release and letting go, and transmuting fears. And fears are just not things you're scared of, but transmuting what no longer serves you, right? Realizing, identifying what doesn't serve you. So these things that we call sins are really just a mistake and a misstep that happens every time we forget. And the more we do it, the more we, forget and live in forgetfulness, is the more it becomes a transgression. And then the next level is an iniquity, an iniquitous state, right? So And it's harder when it gets to an iniquitous state. Some people that you see that just can't get out of it, forgive them, because they're just simply in an iniquitous state, unknowingly, right? Not consciously, but that's where they are. And for some of us, we may be in an iniquitous state in particular compartments in our mind and in our soul, and that's why there's work to be done, right? Nobody's perfect, but we are all to move towards perfection because we come from perfection. So we're here to go through a process to work through and restore and return to the balance of perfection, right? So I say that so we just know what's happening with these frequencies. And as we're grasping for the remembrance, our soul's divinity, this charges through our energy centers, the 7 core energy centers, all the way down to the earth chakra beneath us. And that is where we tether said divine plan down through everything else that you're manifesting, down through illumination, faith, imagination, will, and understanding, discrimination or discernment, realization, resting assured in the root of all that is, right? And tethering it down into the earth chakra. And the earth chakra is your awareness of said divinity, your awareness of this plan in the earth. This is why we can't escape what we are here to experience in the earth. Everything that has been coming up for us, it is for us to identify it, to transmute it, to transcend it, and transmit the higher frequencies that we are acclimating to, right? That we are transcending into. So I say that so we fully grasp what's happening, because there is a lot. And I don't want to do doom and gloom. So you see, I'm speaking very gently because of where I'm about to go. The reality of what is happening in the midst of all of this change. But I want us to really understand, and I want us to really understand that it is important how we are tethered to our awareness of our divinity. If not, we lack this awareness, and in our egos, in our misappropriated egos, we will embody greed, right? Greed in multiple ways. I'm not just talking about money. I'm not just talking about things, but just the mindset of greed. And the mindset of greed is what throws off our ego and has our ego grasping to protect desperately what we feel that we lack or what we are in fear of, these fear-based thoughts and feelings. And so we really have to, this is why I'm emphasizing working through that earth chakra, tethering yourself to remembering your divine plan. Brings me back to working with the celestial bodies as they're transiting in the cosmos. It is sending energy codes to us, through us, to our energy centers here. Each energy body, all 9 of them, are also in a transcend dance, dancing with your own consciousness, your 9 parts of your consciousness, the ones that I've just mentioned, the 7 within the body and the 2 without, on the upper and the lower. And it's all intrinsic. It's all a part of this intrinsic design, right? So we really have to get a hold of these bodies. Let's look at these celestials differently, not just, oh, this is in transit, or this is a full moon, and this is, but what is it to you in your soul's consciousness? How does it align for you in your soul's consciousness? And what planet is in some type of alignment with a particular energy center, right? I could give set energy centers for set planet. However, what I'm realizing is it may be different for some. And I'm seeing the 6 and the 9. So good. We're all here. Everyone that's here is in receptivity. Everyone that is present because we have been present, is in a state of receptivity, and that is good. That is the first thing. We need to be in the receptive activity. And the 3 that I'm seeing is the creative completion. The thumbs up. Those who are liking it is in a creative completion, right? Ashe. So the receptivity is what we need to have as the feminine energy, not to be confused with gender, but it is the actual activity that needs to be happening. Receptivity right now. And we need to be receptive in every now moment in order to see which planet aligns with what particular energy center for you, right? So I can easily say, for example, Venus is for the sacral chakra. So what's going on with your sacral? What's going on with Venus is really highlighting what's also happening in our sacral. And as well as understanding that we're in a sacral chakra season. The spring season right now is sacral chakra season, and the next season will be the solar plexus. Hence why when we do the solar plexus, it's going to prepare us for what is to come. And not only that, that's where a lot of us are getting the hits in our mental body, in our identity body. A lot are getting hit in the mental body. A lot of distortions are there right now, especially as we are still sifting out the illusions from Neptune, shifting the big shift from Neptune coming out of Pisces into Aquarius. And please remember, we're still in a Pisces stellium, meaning there's still multiple planets in Pisces. So although Neptune has shifted, there's still that energy that it's pulling away from. So there are those of us who are really breaking away from illusions, and although those illusions have been broken, some of us are still learning to acclimate, right? To integrate with these realities. We're shifting times. Our timelines are shifting, and our realities, the timelines in our reality, in our dimensional realities, are also shifting. Right? There are some people that are literally shifting from the real-time reality into true time reality. And there are some that are shifting from ideal time reality into real-time reality. And some may be taking a big quantum leap from ideal time reality straight over to real-time reality. Right? And there are levels within each time reality as well. Right? And I've said that before, so don't think that, oh, I'm in real-time reality, so this is what it is. There are also levels within real-time reality. There's always like a lower level, mid-level, and higher level. So always kind of look at it in threes, right? Three is creative completion. So always kind of look at it in threes. So there's about 3 levels in each one, right? So some of us may be in true time reality. It doesn't mean, I made it. We may be shifting to the next level within true time reality, right? And we don't just always stay there. There's sometimes a teeter-tottering back and forth, right? So we're being called to come back up. And so the frequencies that we've been through, leading up to the next full moon, and I want to say this so in a way that we really understand what's happening. The going back, the retrograde in going back is really was giving us an opportunity to really peel back and look at where we're going now with this next full moon. It's going to be a full moon in Libra in a few days coming up. The countdown is on. And that Libra is going to be in opposition of the sun in Aries, as we are in the Aries, sun right now, in the Aries season. And with that, there's going to be this echo of where our nodes were before. It's almost like we're getting a second chance of what we were supposed to get and gain from North Node, South Node in Aries and Libra, which that Libra South Node was really helping us to have compassion for the collective, finding true justice by knowing the part that we play, knowing how we show up in whatever situation it may be. It is to hold ourselves accountable rather than seeking justice in the other person on the outside of us. It is for us to, in true responsibility and accountability, find the justice in the accountability and ability, what we have enabled and allowed by our lack, right? By our unhealed wounds, by our dysfunctions, by our misunderstandings, by our ignorances. It is for us to find out where is it in I, the individual, right? Bouncing off of the individual of Aries. Aries is about the individual. This is the interplay between them. So it is to find out where it is in I, so that we can find and know ourselves within the we. Because we're all one. Although I am also we. We are I and I am we. So it is to understand the I in me so that I can understand the I in we in all of its complexities. to understand, overstand, and understand how this integration happens. And how can we have compassion for the collective? Well, if you have compassion for yourself, if you know how you show up, and you have forgiveness for how you show up, then we're not so much in the separation, right? We're not feeding into the separation of you over there did this to me. But instead, we're looking at how I over here allowed that to happen to me, and that you are a channel reflecting something to me that I need to see, and that this is all a part of my soul's course that was charted out. However unfair it may seem, it's very fair according to our plans in the theme, if that makes sense. All right. So, I mean, this may be hard to hear, but continue to be receptive as I'm still looking at that 6. So I know that we're really holding receptivity right here. So whoever is here, the truth is near and dear. It's in the heart. Write it down, put it on the tablet, and allow it to expand your growth and your consciousness through simply being receptive and allowing yourself to see within you where this shows up. This is a second chance that we're getting to look at that, right? And so when we gain that, we see that on the outside, that person, we can now have collective compassion for that collective that is outside and that we are a part of. And then now find our confidence in it. We can be who we are, not allowing ourselves to be influenced by these outer extremities, whatever it may be, but stand firm in who we know we are, but not in a state of selfishness, in a state of true soul sovereignty. And that is what we were to gain from this, the past nodal coordinates that were in Aries and Libra. So bringing it back to full moon in Libra, it's really, that full moon is going to be a bit reflective, because remember, it's reflective of what was happening over the past 6 months. And a part of those past 6 months was where we were with those nodes being in those coordinates before they shifted. So think of it like this. Everything that has happened over the past couple weeks, even the past few months up to about January, February, very hectic in March, right? Think of how it has all been dialing back, retrograde. Remember, it's been retrograding back to open up the veils for us, as the veils were very thin, to really open our eyes, to open our first eye, third eye, and really look with a different set of eyes, a different perspective of what has played out and why, to give us a second chance and opportunity to gain what we needed to gain from that access of the nodes being in Aries and Libra, for us to gain soul sovereignty. And with soul sovereignty comes a certain responsibility. And that's what's needed right now. It's not just about saying, oh, soul sovereignty is definitely freedom and liberation. But there is a responsibility that comes with that, right? We are to be responsible and accountable in soul sovereignty, responsible for self and what you do with that. That now, as the nodes shift into Pisces, when you get what you can get with that, when you grab a true understanding and understanding of what was really being revealed to you, if you allow your book of life within you to open you back to the book of Revelations, it's pulling you back to look at your book of Revelation in your life, world, and affairs. I'm not talking about the physical book. I'm talking about you, the book. Go back into your book of Revelation and look at what has been revealed with a different set of eyes, right? Without personal bias, without personal perspective, without taking anything personal. Really do your best to take out any personal feelings out of it, but allow yourself to face the feelings. Allow the feelings to show you what you were truly feeling, because a lot of the times we've been ducking our feelings, and the feelings are our indicators and indications. Again, it is feminine energy. It allows you to be receptive. It really helps you with your receptors and true receptivity of understanding what is, what was, and give you a true intuition and projection of what is to be, right? And that is the true dance between the south node and the north node as we're working it, within ourselves. We're going back and forth, south to north. What was, what is, so that we can go forward, north node trajectory into what is to be. Ashe. So there is a lot um, that we have to look at, obviously, because a lot of us have been feeling these energies, especially from March, that were very heavy. And April is that fire. So April, that fire is going to propel us to move forward. It's not enough just to know, it's giving us the kick in our butts that we need to really propel us to take a step, to do something, to say something, to make sure that we're standing in rightful truth, in the love that lights the truth, in a true order. And this is the order that is changing the very essence of time, the scope of time, and how we're existing in time. Right? So for a lot of us right now, we may be feeling um, hermit mode. I know I have. And take that time. Don't feel like you're feeling crazy or something's wrong. Yes, the energies and the frequencies are changing. So take the time to pull back. Sit with yourself. Be with yourself. Do nothing that you do not feel like doing. Everything, you're going to find that people may be reaching out and you are just not there. We're not in the timeline. This is where I really wanted to get to now, what we're coming up to share now. We may just have to say, hey, we're not in the same timeline anymore, whether they understand you or not. My auric field, right, and the energetic field that we're not on the same quantum field. Let's put it that way, right? Especially if you're quantum leaping. We can't be quantum leaping and then still trying to do the same thing in the same way with the same people. It's not a vibrational match. It's going to feel icky. It may even make you feel like nauseated. Like I've felt that. I don't know if anyone else is feeling it, especially if it has to do with the solar plexus, because it's challenging our identity. It's challenging some people in their mental bodies. The distortions are so heavy as the energies are coming through that the mental capacity is capsizing for a lot of people. So have patience, have love with those who you may see acting strange. Have patience with yourself when you feel that there's something just really off. And in order to acclimate it, we have to process our emotions and thoughts. We have to move from being 3D, 4D processors into being 4D, 5D processors, so we can process the fifth density light. And for some of us, we're getting sixth density light. It's beyond the solar flares and what's coming from our local sun, our server. Some of us are getting fifth density light from beyond us, from the galactic center, and from solar centers outside of our immediate sun. It's a whole nother topic. I'm just saying. So we really have to prepare for how it's shifting through our mind-body complex. You may be getting headaches, and a lot of that has to do with this chakra as well, because we're breaking the illusions, and how we're breaking the illusions determines how we're sifting through these energies. So we may really need to take time to sit with self, to be alone. We may need to eat. This is why the detox to detach is really important right now. And for those of us who are in it, it's really helping us, right? Kitty cat. It's really helping us. That it's like I'm getting the message, 9 lives, as he runs by, right? 9, right? Today is the 9th. It's another 9 portal. Thank you, cat. Right? We're in the year of the 9. Today is the 9th. It's a 9-9. By the day in the year, it's a 9-9. Right? So we're looking at some completions. Thank you, Spirit. A lot of it is uncomfortable because there are some completions that we're having that sometimes we don't understand how these completions are showing up. Right? Some of us are excreting from our bodies, our mind-body complex, our soul, completions, timelines that are collapsing and closing out for us from past lives, from previous lives, right? So sometimes this can feel like a bit of turbulence or culture shock, energy shock, whatever it is you want to call it. But to get through this and to get through this is why the detox is really important. Because think of it, it's like the foods are in the way. And I explained this in one of, in our last meeting. So I'll share this with you all. The foods, the body has to break down these foods. This is why I say no meats, no sweets, no carbs. The body has to break these foods down. And think of it, it's like a traffic jam for the frequencies that are coming, transiting through the body. I'm feeling a tingle somewhere as I'm saying this. Okay. There is blockage in certain areas. And so when you're eating the foods and the body has to work to break down these foods, it's almost like it holds up little traffic jam spots in your body while the light energy and information is pouring in. And while it's pouring in, think of it like a faucet that's turning. You turn on a faucet to clear out like dirty water out of a cup. The dirt is going to get kicked up. So while this pure water is pouring in, water bearer, age of the Aquarian, the thoughts and feelings that have been existing already in your body is being kicked up. And then so there's these blockages. So now when the body has these physical blockages, because remember the energy is working through a physical body. So when it has these physical blockages, it makes it a little bit harder to digest, right? Energetically digest through our system. So when you refrain from these foods right now during these times, you don't have to change your diet forever, as I tell everyone. It's just to do it while you're dealing with the frequencies, right? So if you're feeling this, if you're not in the workshop, I'm sharing this with you now. If you're feeling any of these throughout your body, anywhere from head to toe, I would suggest refraining from meat, sweets, and carbs. Eat the light foods, meaning foods that are fruits and vegetables on the first trophic level. For those who understand what I'm saying, those who took science and paid attention, the first trophic level are those everything, the plant kingdom, pretty much, because they get the light codes directly. So when you're eating those foods, you're eating more foods that also have directly acquired the light codes, have taken in the light codes from the sun. So you're putting more sun light codes type of foods in you that have not been once or twice or 3 times removed through the more denser foods, if that makes sense, right? So you eat those foods, it's helping to give the body less work to break down, so no traffic jams as the frequencies are coming through. And everyone's different, because it all depends on your mental emotional capacity, which are the thoughts and feelings that are already inside of you, whether you've processed them or not. The more you have processed, the better off you are, right? So the hidden things do us no service. This is why you have to be a true seeker. This is why you have to be a true investigator of the soul, a true observer and witness first and foremost, that can sit back and unbiasedly witness, and then without offense, without defense, be able to go in and really identify what it truly is and seek it out and investigate it in truth, not feeling offended, removing any guilt, removing any shame. This is why these are blocks of the lower chakras: fear, guilt, and shame, and grief in the heart. So when you do that, you're allowing yourself space, right? In the mental emotional capacity, when you are breaking up the fear, the guilt, the shame, that too is removing more traffic jam to allow more of the light codes to flow through you, right? So the best way, I would say, physically, is to take a break from certain foods, eat more light foods, right? Mentally, emotionally, meditate. Drink more water as well. Drink a lot of water, as much water as you can, especially if you do deep meditations. Meditate and allow that water to process through you, right? These are just some of the things I'm giving you directly, fresh in the workshop, what we literally just discussed. For those who may not have been able to make it faithfully, this is helpful to how you're processing what's going on with these frequencies, which is helping you to smoothly transit through these timelines. But you have to do the work. It works if you work it. We can't just sit by and just look around and say, okay, um, the planets are here and this is there, and that it's just going to magically work something out for you. It works if you work it. You have to align yourself with your assignment, with your divine design. You have to work out what needs to be worked out, which means we have to face these things, as I'm saying. If it's caught up in you, it's going to be hard for it to transit through you. Right? Very simply put. So another one of the things, thank you, Spirit. So remembering that there is a completion, there is a closing out. For most of us, we are in the year of the 9 as well. So it's recognizing the spiritual completion that is happening, the cycle. There is a cycle that is closing. This is the karmic cycle that Neptune just came out of, its full cycle, and closing out the karmic cycle and ready to move forward into the fire that Aries has to bring. So we are acclimating ourselves with this information, and there is something to be done and something to be said. So let the energies propel you into that next level, right? And to understand that, see, a lot of us understand these on different levels, but the most I can say is that it really is determined by your commitment. It's by the measure of your cup. So however you are committing, and you have to be honest in your energies and your frequencies and the effort that you put forth in these energies. It's not enough just to say it or say I'm doing this, but what are you doing within it? Like, for example, in our group, we're looking at our cravings in order to understand the emotions. So while you're doing without these foods and you're detoxing, it's not just about the foods. You're taking the foods out of your body so that you can sit back and really look at the mental emotional aspect. Now, what are the cravings? The cravings come from emotions and unprocessed thoughts and emotions that hint and flicker and signal to your body that you're having this craving. But that craving too is an illusion, because the truth is it's just simply unprocessed thoughts and feelings that are appearing as a particular craving, right? So when we look at that, we're facing the truth of ourselves a little bit more, and then that helps you to detach. Now you can clearly see what you need to detach from. Most are working these principles and they're doing their best with these energies, but you don't even know what you're supposed to detach from. Some people are holding on seriously to an unneeded, unnecessary attachment, not knowing that very thing that you're holding on to is exactly what you need to detach from. One of the concepts is money. There are a lot of people that are not understanding how to break the perspective and the illusion of money. Instead, you're reforming the thoughts. And I was warning us of this with Neptune. If we don't fully address what we need to address, when Neptune shifts, you're going to think you're in something new, but you're not. All you did was reform the concept of money. And you're still not able to break out of the old memories that have been embedded in you. We have to have a true detoxing at a cellular level, because the vibrations and the memories are in your very cell at a molecular level and by habit. So we can know something, but if we're not practicing the change, if you're still going after money in a certain way, then you have not broken the illusion. If you are still in fear that if you don't have this job to pay for your substance, that this is your true substance, then you haven't tapped into the true abundance. You haven't tapped into the abundance timeline, which is a mind state of knowing that it's already always there, even when you don't see it, right? So this is major shifts that are being made. Relationships, major shifts. We have to, this is why some of us have to pull away and be to ourselves, because We're seeing where we can't have the relationship the way we used to. And please don't have the conversation if you can't have it in truth. We have to stand firm in the truth, or else we're compromising and we're telling the energies that we don't want this upgrade. We're refusing the energies when we do not stand in truth with others simply because they don't understand. It is not our job to make them understand. It is also not our job to overcompromise ourselves to their level of what they understand. There's a balance to compassion for collective. Have compassion, yes. Release them to their now, yes. Do not impose, yes. But stand firm on your 10 toes. Stand firmly on the truth that you know and keep your boundaries strong. And know what to do and what not to do. So as I said, you're not on the same quantum field. So you can't engage in that way and stand firm with it. Right? And this is what we're seeing across the board. It's shifting because the timelines are shifting, and what is canceling out for us, those timelines are collapsing. And as it collapses, it's either going to be you or them, but it's not a bad thing. The time that what collapses, it's just, it has to close out, cycle out, you know, full cycle closing, it's out. So you're cycling, recycling on your new cycle. And this is for those of us that are really in the true timeline. Those who are on the 5D calendar, we're not in a universal year of 9, but the collective consciousness is. We are in a universal year of 10, which is 1, which is new beginnings. So it is a good thing when things are canceling out. Let it go, release it, so that you can embark on your new beginnings. But changes have to be made, right? And what we're seeing as this collapse is happening, take us even deeper to what I really wanted to get into, is an understanding of what's happening in the old world, right? In the opposition, we have these energies, right? I'm being careful with my words because I don't want anyone to take it and say, I don't give energy to evil or devil or things like that, but there is an opposition energy that I may call parasitic energy, database energies, those negative entities that exist within the realms of that parasitic energy, right? That is there, and it is using others to get to you and through you. It may even be using you, because you're only as strong as your weakest link. So wherever there is any unhealed wounds or unprocessed energy, the entities will take advantage. The opposition is utilizing that. But what's happening now is, because we've reached this state where we are now, and a lot of us are shifting and quantum leaping, and we're at a place of zero tolerance, where we just will not tolerate the things we tolerate in our old timeline anymore, right? And so they're feeling a strong no. But be mindful, be careful, not doom and gloom, not doom and glooming anyone, but this is also, we got to be careful, because they're in a frenzy. Because what's happening is that those energies are hitting the barriers, right? It's like you can't pass this. The buck stops here. The way that we are now in our risen state is that we're no longer tolerating these old timelines. So the buck stops here. The way we've integrated, the buck stops here. And so those energies that have been infiltrating us in the old timeline can no longer infiltrate. And so it's feeling, it's like it's hitting, it's like a bird flying into a window. Bam! And they are spazzing, right? And I'm talking about family members, y'all. I'm talking about loved ones. They are downright spazzing. And especially the narcissist, covert and overt. And you're going to see a rise of the narcissist now. If you were questioning it, you're going to know it to be so now, because they feed on being able to still siphon out your energy. They're the biggest vampires, and they can't. And it's killing them. And it's what's happening is those entities and energies are now turning on them. So they're in a desperate state because they have not fixed what they needed to fix. They have not shifted. And so what's happening is that they're spazzing and they're losing control. Those entities that operate through these parasitic energies are very narcissistic. All they see is me in the most negative way, in the most low vibrational way. Right? I don't even like to say negative. I got to watch that because negative doesn't always mean bad, right? Because the feminine energy, aka the receptive energy, is a negative charge, right? So the desperate energies, they are spazzing and they cannot accept that they are losing control. It's like their mask is falling off. For those of you who know about the narcissist, it is because they wear energetic masks. And that mask, it's not even that the mask is falling off, is that you just won't believe the mask anymore. You're not acknowledging the mask. You're not seeing the mask. The mask is not fooling you. And you're just not with it anymore, with the mask. Whether you recognize it as a mask or not, they're realizing that their mask doesn't work. It's like they're hitting the mask like, is this thing on? Hello? But they're spazzing because it is their mask is their identity. How dare you not identify with their identity? How dare you not give in towards their this is who they are. And it's like taking oxygen from them. It's like taking life from them. Not that that's what we're doing, but that's what they feel. And so it's simple things, and I want us to really pay attention to this, because it may be things that you're going, I can't believe this is happening. This is ridiculous. Believe it. Believe it, and it's going to be very petty. It's going to show up in very petty ways. But all we can do is send them love. We have to remain in the love frequency. Hold your boundaries. Stand firm in your decisions. Our decisions make everything right now. So stand firm in your decisions. I'm feeling the wind. Wisdom in the wind. Our decisions are going to make everything right now. So stand firm in it. Do not bend. Don't care how much they have a demonic tantrum. They're spazzing. They're going to be like toddlers on the floor. And I'm talking about whole grown people, old people, especially the older people. You're going to be wondering why they're showing up this way, right? So recognize it, embrace it, and we really have to cater to the youth, the young ones. Really do your best to detach them from technology, social media in certain ways. Take days off where they're not on social media. Like I do that. No technology Mondays. Monday is our Sabbath. No technology, right? And that's a whole topic in itself. I could explain that, but that's a whole topic in itself. I'll probably talk about that when I talk about time pushing, right? Don't get fried on the grid. That's right. I forgot. I didn't even say that. Don't get fried on the grid. That's what's going to happen. They getting fried. They're spazzing because they're getting fried, because these energies are for everybody, right? Whether you're awoke or not, whether you're conscious or not, these frequencies, as they are happening in the ethers, as above, so below, as the cosmos are doing its big cosmic dance, it affects us all. But how it affects us is dependent on us, on how you choose to infuse with the light. Are you infused with the light grid? And if not, then you refuse. So don't be fried on the grid. Right? So to give a picture of what this may look like, because I was seeing it the other night and I was like, they're really spazzing. And it's like these, if you can look at this world, this negative, let me not say negative, this parasitic energy world that wants to infiltrate and is hitting this glass, they can't fathom it. And it's like the world, this is a part of the split in what's happening. And they're falling apart. And I'm talking about spiritual people too. I'm not, believe me, I'm not just talking about evil people. I'm talking about people that are smiling and shining and walking around in their Sunday best, and they're on charity, and they're on the board of this and the board of that, and they're doing great things over here and great things over there. I'm not talking about evil looking people. I'm talking about the people that are knowing, do not know themselves, have not done the work, and because of where they are, they've allowed the parasitic energies to use them. And so it what it looks like is this, like in the split, this world is just being ripped apart, and they can't go with the new world. They're hitting that, it's like they just can't cross this line. It's invisible, but they're hitting a strong brick wall, and they're spazzing out. So that is what you're seeing around you when you see people, situations, whether it's on your job, in a relationship, wherever you're seeing it. And it's reflective to you too. It's to break your illusion of how you saw these people, the perspective of how you saw money and currency. Everything is happening so that you can break it. So if you're feeling it in the finances, remember Venus retrograde, finances and relationship. If you're feeling it in the finances, it's for you to break the illusion of how you saw the finances. Stop looking at your lack and begin to see your abundance and watch it flow and watch it grow and watch it show. But it's not going to happen without faith. If you do it with the slightest doubt, it will cancel out. So we got to do it with all, remove any shadows of the doubt, remove the shadows. And in order to do that, you have to be willing to expose the light. Expose, expose, expose. Right? And everything that I'm saying, these are things that I break down in certain workshops. So when you hear me call for a workshop, invite yourself in. It's open. It's being open to you. Don't be afraid. Don't wait on whatever it is you think you're waiting on, especially money. Because one thing is, you don't hear me shouting out, show me the money, give me the money. I don't do that challenge. Because I know that I already have the abundance. So whatever you bring is a part of the reciprocal energy. You reciprocate what you have. Don't worry about what you don't have. Right? What you pay attention to is going to continue to grow. So if you pay attention to what you don't have, you're going to continue to have what you don't have. Ashe? So these are the things that, to break your illusions, break the perspectives, and be brave and bold to go out there and step out the box and do something different. Right? Let me see what we've been saying. Welcome, welcome, whoever is here who's been stepping in. Y'all been kind of quiet in this live. Is it too serious? From the serious starseed? Let me see what wise the God. Oh, and I can see the name now. Let me see. Been rocking with your soul tribe. It's a whole vibe, right? Thank you. We vibing and we living and we high vibing. It's a high vibe up in here. All right, so I'm glad you could be here. I'm glad this is the first time I'm seeing you. So forgive me if I've overlooked or haven't seen it or missed any comments. But welcome into this whole 5D apparel and 5D affair. You wearing it very well. Ashe, ashe. So with that said, I believe I've given enough. I'm feeling it in my throat chakra, like, excuse me. Right, and now I'm seeing 12. Welcome 12, the Council of 12. Completion. Right, the cyclical completion. See, we talking about that completion, and here it is. And now we're getting infinite access, right? The next number is now infinite. Infinite existence and infinite access into our time. 1212 is your birthday. Ooh, on the 1212 portal and the vortex. That's the opening of the vortex from 1212 to 1221. So you are born in that portal right there to open up into that vortex. Something to be said for that. That's all. That's completion times completion. I'm seeing a 144. I don't know about you. All right, so welcome aboard to this community. We're going to be doing, I'm going to say it again as I close out. For those who are looking for the calendars, the new calendars are on their way. And the old calendars, if you're interested in getting it, email me at divineenergystudio@gmail.com and sign up for the workshop. I'm going to be gifting it, the old one to you. So we're going to be utilizing that throughout the workshop, in order to have a better understanding for those who are understanding, and just have an opportunity to utilize practicing getting your numerology and your divination, your number divination up in finding these portals, because it's all numbers. It's all numbers in the geometry of it all, right? I am from a 9 country, and my full name is a 9. Ooh, I'm a 9 number 2. Spiritual completion. Welcome to the spiritual completion. And we're welcome. Yes, 1212 is 144. That's why I call us the 144, because that is just completion times completion. It's not really about the number, like this number of people. I'm not talking to 144,000 people. I'm talking to the elevated, evolved, escalated, ascended 1212. Those who are in the completion times the completion of their soul again and again on multiple levels, right? Because it's not just one time. It's infinite, y'all. Like the number. It's infinite. So there's no one stop. We cycle through and on and on. And on and on. And on and on. Cypher keeps rolling like a rolling stone. So we're welcome. Glad that you're all here, and share. Please remember to like, subscribe, share, comment, so we get the algorithms going. If you don't have anything to comment, just drop an emoji. Drop your number, 777 1111, right? And remember to email me if you're interested in the workshop. So faithfully, I know I've given you the knowledge, like this triangle. I've given what I have right now. So with that, I love you all. Each one, reach one, teach one. If you don't know where to start, start right here in your big, beautiful heart. Shine your light from the inside out, and be the candle that lights the next one and the next one and the next one. Peace, love, and light. Let your flames ignite in this Aries fire delight. Ashe. Oh, the email. What's the email? divineenergystudio@gmail.com. DIVINE. Energy Studio. Ashe. Peace, love, and light. Talk to you later, God bodies.